Hey guys. I bet you thought I turned into a dog there for a second, right? Sorry, I've been like drinking a whole bunch of caffeine tonight just to stay awake, and I feel like I am bouncing off the walls now. So if like in 5 minutes I'm like slumped over on my computer, passed out, it's because I had a hardcore sugar crash. How's everyone doing tonight? Oh man, I got so much to talk about tonight. We got things to give away. We got the mission to go over. We got a rocket to watch. And we got a good time to have. Let's see. Let me get situated here really quick. SpaceX already has something going on their YouTube channel. So I'm going to pull up this second screen really quick. Boom. Got it. All right, yeah. So, where's everybody at tonight? I'm wondering how many people here in the States are awake right now. Yeah, my dog is always looking at me like, what are you doing, bro? Man, I'm loving the positivity. Thank you guys so much. So, what should we cover first? Should we go over the specs of the mission, or should we get right into the giveaway? I'm going to let you guys decide. Let me know. All right, I'm checking the comments on my phone. Okay, so you guys are from Kansas, Canada, Chile, Northern Cali, Colorado. Am I too loud? Let me know if I'm too loud. New Jersey, Great Britain, that's my best British accent I got. Indiana, Washington, Slovenia, Deutschland, yeah, nice. Australia, mate, I'm from Finland. I don't have a Finland accent. SoCal, I lived in SoCal for a while. Awesome, you guys. Man, look at that. You guys are from everywhere. Okay. Let me keep an eye on this. SpaceX is starting their video pretty early tonight, which is kind of expected. So it should start here any second. So, I want to hold off on the giveaway for right now because I made a special video for you guys. I put it together. It took me like all week for this 3 to 4 minute video just explaining the giveaway. So I'm going to wait till we have a moment to do that because I think SpaceX is going to start here in just like 1 or 2 minutes. So, in the meantime, I'm just going to chat with you guys and see what is up. Wow. Yeah, the launch is supposed to be at 2:49 a.m. Eastern time, so about 45 minutes, 50 minutes from now. Talk about the Lego sets. Yeah, nothing's changed with them. That one is still disapproved, and the Starship Super Heavy is still trying to gather 10,000 supporters. I think we're over 2,000 now, so it's getting there. New Zealand, beautiful. I would love to go to New Zealand sometime. So yeah, if you guys didn't watch my last live video that I did last week of the SpaceX launch, just to catch you up, I have a single laptop and a phone. I am not Tim Dodd, who has probably like 40 monitors, and I think he's at the Cape right now watching this thing in person. So yeah, I am strictly limited in my technology for right now until I can afford to get better stuff. So it's gonna be a little sloppy. See, even right now I have 2 of me on the computer, so I can fix that. Boom, fixed. Okay, so yeah, I'm resorting to checking the chat on my phone because I'm primitive. 8 a.m. in Germany right now. Yeah, I have a feeling that a lot of tonight's viewers are gonna be from the east. Oh, here we go. All right, you guys let me know if this is too loud.
All stations on Dragon, 1 minute until configure for terminal count.
Give us 30 seconds.
I'll try to chat with you guys while I'm not talking. That way I can stay involved.
15 seconds.
Is this a new intro? I think it is. It is a new intro. It's very specific to the Crew Dragon. Convenient.
Countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get hyped. Very nice.
You are looking at a live view of SpaceX's first Crew Dragon spacecraft atop a Falcon 9 rocket, awaiting liftoff in just under an hour from now as part of the first crew demonstration mission to the International Space Station for NASA. Good evening and good morning and welcome to the live broadcast of NASA and SpaceX's first crew demo mission to the space station. My name's Dan Hewitt. I'm a public affairs officer with NASA, and I'm really excited to be here at SpaceX's headquarters in Hawthorne, California for today's launch.
Dan, it is so awesome to have you here.
It's awesome to be here.
Thank you for coming. My name
Man,
is
I
Lauren
love his
Lyon,
beard.
and I'm a senior flight reliability engineer here at SpaceX, and as you can see, NASA and SpaceX have partnered on both the DM1 mission and today's broadcast. We'll be bringing you live coverage from not only here at SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne, California, but also NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida, as well as the Johnson Space Center in Houston.
As many of you probably already know, the purpose of today's mission is to demonstrate the ability of SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket and the Crew Dragon vehicle to carry people safely to and from the International Space Station. Today's mission is a test flight. While there are no actual humans on board, we're going to be executing every step of this mission as if there were.
It's worth noting that for purposes of this broadcast, we will be using the terms Crew Dragon and Dragon interchangeably to refer to this next iteration of our spacecraft. The Dragon we fly for our CRS missions has already made 16 visits to the International Space Station, but this is the first time that Crew Dragon is making that journey.
From start to finish, this mission will last approximately 6 days, and it's going to start with liftoff just under an hour from now. Once Falcon 9 has lifted Dragon into orbit, the spacecraft will make its way to the space station over a period of approximately 27 hours. This time period is a little bit longer than what we anticipate once people are actually on board, but for this mission, it allows ample time to conduct all the necessary testing and
Turn the
demos
volume up.
prior to SpaceX's first docking of Crew Dragon with the space station.
Once Dragon arrives at station, it's expected to stay for about 5 days, during which time it'll undergo a series of checkouts of many of the new systems, as well as the ISS interfaces. While it's docked, it'll deliver some cargo to space station that we've launched, but it will also bring some cargo back that the crew will pack up in Dragon on the way back home. At the end of that 5-day dock period, Dragon will depart the ISS for a splashdown in the Atlantic Ocean, where it'll be met by recovery crews and transported back to our site at Cape Canaveral.
And for everybody watching and following along at home, if you have a question about this mission or any of the upcoming crewed missions, we'd love to answer them later in this broadcast. You can send them in using the hashtag AskNASA on Twitter.
This is such an awesome and exciting day for the teams both at NASA and SpaceX. And with just under an hour to liftoff, let's check in with the team over in Florida, broadcasting live from Kennedy Space Center.
Thank you, Lauren and Dan. Now, my name is Shiva Bharadwaj, and I'm a Falcon Integration and Test Engineer at SpaceX.
And I'm Stephanie Martin with NASA's Commercial Crew Program. We are broadcasting live from the press site here at Kennedy.
Yeah, we're actually just across the street from the iconic Vehicle Assembly Building and just over 3 miles away from our launch site. Now, there are hundreds of members of the media at Cape Kennedy to capture today's historic launch from the equally historic Launch Complex 39A, or LC-39A, which has been a central part of the American human spaceflight story. This is the home to both the Apollo and Space Shuttle programs.
Just behind us, you can see the Falcon 9 and Dragon prepared to launch from this historic launch pad. SpaceX took over Launch Complex 39A in 2014, and after retrofitting it, they have been able to support both Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy launches regularly since 2017.
Yeah, actually, there's a great shot on your screen of our two-stage launch vehicle, the Falcon 9. And actually, the crew arm is attached to it. Oh, actually, there, the crew arm is separating away from the vehicle. And this test is, we're running this test the same way that we would with astronauts on board. So that would be one of the steps as we prepare to go into today's launch. Now, Falcon 9 is Falcon 9's first stage will fire its 9 Merlin engines to propel the vehicle to the edge of space. Once it's burned through most of its propellant, it will separate and attempt to land on our drone ship, which is about 316 miles off the Florida coast. Simultaneously, the second stage will
I'm
fire
loving the
its
graphics.
single high-efficiency Merlin vacuum engine to propel Dragon to its target orbit about 200 kilometers above the Earth. From there, Dragon will continue with its first journey to the International Space Station.
Now, Crew Dragon consists of two main structures: the capsule, where we fly pressurized cargo, and soon our astronauts, who cannot be exposed to the vacuum of space. And the second main structure is the trunk, where we can carry large, unpressurized cargo. A notable difference on the Crew Dragon vehicle is that it's 8 Super Draco thrusters. These Super Dracos will power the astronauts to safety in the unlikely event of an emergency.
Crew Dragon's trunk also features new body-mounted solar arrays, which you can see on your screen right now. They provide power to the spacecraft as it makes its way to the International Space Station. The trunk also has new aerodynamic fins, which provide stability in the event of that emergency abort, as well as more surface area for those solar arrays.
Now, that was a quick overview of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon here at Kennedy Space Center. However, let's go quickly over to Daryl Nail, who has a special guest at the Operations and Support Building.
That's right, Stephanie. I'm on the 5th floor of that building, which gives us an elevated view of the launch pad, and you can see.
Yeah, SpaceX is only broadcasting in 720
top to bottom, including the
tonight,
flame
which
trench.
is
It is a
different.
beautiful view out here. And then we stretch out a little further, and you can see the guests that have gathered in the infield. They have quite a view as
I'm
well.
drinking
This building is
straight-up
also
Coke.
right next to the iconic
I
vehicle
never
assembly
drink Coke,
building, which
but
is the
I
perfect
need to stay
backdrop
awake.
for our guest, as you mentioned, Administrator Jim Bridenstine. Thank you for being here. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Daryl. Great to be here.
What's up,
First
Jim?
of all, tell me what this launch
Jim Bob?
means to you. What does it mean to the country?
So this is the first time we're going to launch American astronauts on American rockets from American soil, the first time since the retirement of the space shuttles in 2011. So this is really a significant achievement in the history of American spaceflight. And what we're interested in, we want to make sure that we keep our partnership with Russia, which has been very strong for
Straight
a long
up
period
Coke.
of time,
I don't
going
do
all the way
diet.
back to the Apollo-Soyuz era. But we also want to make sure we have
Diet
our own
is for
capability to get back
babies.
and forth to the International Space Station so that we can have this strong partnership where they can launch on our rockets and we can launch on their rockets. But I think another big milestone here is the idea that we're not,
Is that heat
as
lightning
an
I saw?
agency, as NASA, we're
You
not
guys see that?
purchasing, owning, and operating our own rockets at this point. We're looking to a future where we can be a customer, one customer of many
Maybe it was
customers
just like
in a very
photography
robust
flashes or
commercial
something.
marketplace in low Earth orbit. And not just one customer of many customers, which drives down our costs and increases our
Yeah,
access.
light beer is better.
But having multiple providers that are
It'd be
competing
interesting
on
for me
cost
to
and
do this
innovation,
drunk.
which enables us to have transformational technologies
Been live for
that
about,
enable
what,
us to
10
do more
minutes
than
now?
ever before. So this is really a big deal.
And one of those customers, key customers, SpaceX, which is launching tonight. You're here for that launch. You got to tour around today with
Don't be
SpaceX
jelly.
CEO Elon Musk. How
Yeah.
was that?
It was a great opportunity. He reminded me that he began this process 18 years ago, if you can imagine that, back in 2001. And at the time, you know, the intent was to put a little greenhouse on Mars, and he was going to, you know, purchase an excess ICBM from Russia. Of course, he made sure to make clear that it was without the nuclear warhead. But what was fascinating is from that idea where he wanted to put on Mars a little greenhouse. We're talking about 3 feet by 3 feet, just a small greenhouse. And from that, he tried to buy this excess ICBM, but it was $20 million. And he said, look, I just can't afford that to achieve what I'm trying to achieve.
So you guys like Jim? I like Jim.
So
he got a lot of
came up
crap
with the
when he first
idea
became the
of
administrator of
Falcon-
NASA just
of a
because
Falcon
people said he
1.
didn't have
And
experience.
after a
But
number of
so
failed
far, I
launches,
think he's
he
been a
stuck
pretty
with
good
it.
go-getter.
Falcon
I
4
like
was
that.
Successful. And then of course the partnership with NASA and a long partnership that's been developing for a long
What's
time.
going
and here
on?
we
We're
are
waiting
on the
for
precipice of returning
SpaceX to
space
launch the
flight from
Crew
American
Dragon
soil.
into space.
So it was great to have that opportunity to hear his perspectives, and this is really a big day for NASA. It's a big day for SpaceX, Elon Musk, and the entire team, both teams, NASA and SpaceX.
And we're looking forward to a launch tonight. We appreciate you coming out and joining us. It's going to be an exciting night. We want to toss it back now to Tom, who is at SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne, California. Tom?
Thanks, Daryl. Good evening. My name is Tom Perderio, and I'm a software engineer here at SpaceX. And hanging right behind me at SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne, California, is the very first Dragon spacecraft that SpaceX launched to orbit back in 2010. And now here we are, just less than 40 minutes from launching our first Crew Dragon spacecraft.
I think he looks familiar.
It's currently T-minus
or is he new? I
38
can't
minutes
remember.
and 40 seconds.
I know they
The
brought on
SpaceX
a whole
team
bunch
is
of new
working
people
no
when they
issues for
switched
launch.
over.
Here's where we stand on the rocket, the spacecraft, and the launch. For the Falcon 9, the critical go, no-go poll was held at about T-minus 45
All these
minutes
SpaceX
when the
employees
SpaceX
look
launch
alike.
director polled the teams to assess their readiness for launch. All teams are currently go for launch, and we are ready to begin propellant loading on the rocket at about T-minus 35 minutes. In fact, you may hear final instructions for the team in the background on the launch nets. For the Dragon spacecraft, earlier today, Dragon operators performed a series of checkouts across all of Dragon's flight systems, and the capsule
That's right.
also
Yeah, he was on the
currently
Falcon
go
Heavy
for
live
launch.
stream.
If this were an operational mission, late load cargo would have already been loaded onto Dragon the day of launch, which would have been earlier today, and the crew would already have boarded.
My buddy
via
who
the
works for
crew
SpaceX, who
access
got
arm.
me this awesome
Once
shirt,
everyone is
which is a
safely on board,
foreshadow, by
SpaceX
the
will
way,
retract-
for the
or
giveaway.
SpaceX
It's not
just
my
retract
shirt,
the
but
crew
it's
access
similar.
arm, which activates the launch escape
He actually
system,
applied
and
for
this allows the
the
initiation of a
broadcasting
pad
position,
escape in the
but
event of an
unfortunately he didn't
emergency.
get it. Still,
The
pretty
range
interesting
currently is
experience, I'm
supporting,
sure.
us for a launch today, no issues with that. With weather, there are three main categories of weather things that SpaceX and the range looks for. One of those is upper level winds, the other is ground level winds, and the other is the anvil, cloud, and lightning rules. Right now, there's no weather constraints for launch today. So as the team has mentioned, there are no people on board Dragon today, but we do actually have one special passenger flying, and her name is Ripley. You can actually see her sitting there in the live views we have.
He does
from Dragon,
like
getting ready for
order
launch.
processing.
Ripley will be gathering some very important data for
I
us
know
in
he did it
advance
for
of our
Crew
first
Dragon
crew
when
missions.
he first
And
started
she's also
there,
taking up a
but I
zero
don't
gravity
know
indicator
exactly what he
in the
does
shape of the
anymore.
Earth, which you can see the blue Earth figure right next to her in the seat closest to
He
the
like
camera.
order parts or something.
Once we are clear of the
I
Earth's
want to
gravity,
talk
that
about
zero
this
G
here in a little bit.
indicator will be
You
free
see
to
that
move about
Blue
the cab.
Earth plush toy?
Let's take a
Elon
closer
just
look
tweeted
at
about that.
Ripley's
It's
role and
hilarious.
the trip to the International Space Station.
I have
As a
so
part
much
of our
I want to
Demonstration
say.
1 mission, we
but
have
I'm
a
waiting.
special passenger on board. The technical term for a special passenger is an anthropomorphic test device, or in short, an ATD. But we're just going to call her Ripley. My name is Ali Reza Farjud, and I'm a senior dynamics engineer here at SpaceX. Ripley's job is to feel everything that an astronaut will feel when they fly on Dragon. She is essentially full of sensors across
Yeah, I'll show
her
you the
body,
tweet. I got it
including
all
the
ready to
head,
go, guys.
neck, and spine.
We'll dive deep.
For this mission,
as soon as they stop
going to
talking.
use 10 out of her 30 sensors to give us all the information we need about the most sensitive parts of her body. She is going to give us information about her body loads and the seat loads, and we're going to use all that information to analyze and make sure our predictions are correct, to design tests and understand exact behavior of the seat system in Crew Dragon. From liftoff to splashdown, essentially she is going to tell us how she feels during the whole mission. We also have a microphone around her ears, so we're going to hear whatever she hears. The goal of this mission is to make sure that the crew are going to be safe, comfortable, and enjoy the ride on the Dragon. During a nominal ascent, the crew will feel like they're riding on an exciting roller coaster ride. On the way back, during a nominal splashdown, the crew will feel like they are diving into a swimming pool. Interestingly, this is not the first time we're using this technology to make sure that the crew are going to be safe. The first time was in 2015 on the paddleboard test. In addition to these tests, we're doing a lot more testing to make sure all the worst case scenarios are understood, the crew are going to be safe, and all our injury metrics are within limits. We're going to be using this technology again.
It's supposed to
in the
launch at
future.
2:49
Ripley
a.m.
is going
Eastern.
to be flying in our flight abort test later
Time
this
is
year.
around 2:15, about a half
We're
hour.
not going to be getting real-time data for this mission. Once Ripley comes back home, she is going to give us all the data, and that's going to get us one step closer to human spaceflight for
I
everyone.
just use a Logitech 1080 HD webcam. I'm saving up for an
We are
actual
at T-minus 34
professional
minutes and 38
camera,
seconds. The call
but
for
they're pretty
propellant load is
expensive.
coming up in just a few moments here, so let's listen in for that call out on the nets.
So if this looks like bad quality, blame it on SpaceX. They are running 720p 60, right? Usually they do 1080, but this is a different kind of webcast. So even though I'm running very basic, technology on my end, it's better than what they're doing. I swear I'm seeing heat lightning. Is that just me? They're saying the weather's awesome. I don't know. Maybe it's just...
For those of you just joining us,
I'm
we are
paranoid.
just waiting for the call out for beginning propellant load on the Falcon 9 rocket. We have not heard that call out yet, but it is coming up in just a few minutes. Stand by.
I use OBS to record, and I use DaVinci Resolve to edit. So,
So while we're waiting for the call out for that prop load, we're going to go over to McManus Woodend at Banana Creek to get a sense of how the feeling is at the Cape. How's it going over there, McManus?
I'm from Ohio, so I'm
Everything
Eastern,
is looking
so
great
it's
out here, Tom,
2:15 a.m. right now.
We wish Ripley all the best of luck on her incredible, incredible journey. I'm McManus Woodend, and I'm here at Kennedy Space Center. Particularly, I am here at the Banana Creek viewing area, which is right across the way from the Saturn V Center. Now,
do you guys want to keep watching this guy, or do you want me to kind of do my thing and keep him off to the lower corner? You let me know, because there's a lot I want to talk about, but I'll let you guys watch this.
Now, the pad that we'll be looking at tonight will be pad 39A, which you've already heard so far in the program has quite a historical significance.
Do my thing? Okay, we're doing my
Apollo
thing.
launches and 82
Shut up, you.
Shuttle launches
with all respect. Okay, so let's quickly talk about the launch, and then we're going to do the giveaway while we got time. All right, so let me bring up my little thing here, and let's go to Planetary Society transition. Boom. We're going to go full screen now I think about it. How do I do that? Oh, I am that. Cool. So this is from the Planetary Society that I pulled up, and this is everything that we can expect from the flight in a nutshell. They kind of just went over some of it, but this is my way just to give it to you. So this Crew Dragon is going to launch tonight in about a half hour, hopefully, and it's going to make its way to this International Space Station, and it's going to take it just over 24 hours to get there. It's going to dock, and then, and this is, of course, if everything goes right. It's going to dock, and then about 5 or 6 days later, it's going to undock from the space station, and then it's going to take it about an hour and a half to 2 hours to deorbit and land in the Atlantic Ocean just off the coast of Florida. Next slide, please. Click, click. So these are the mission objectives: to demonstrate on-orbit operation of the avionics system, docking system, communications, telemetry systems, environmental control systems, basically everything that the rocket, or I'm sorry, the rocket and Crew Dragon is supposed to do to keep the astronauts alive and not lost in space. It's also going to demonstrate performance of the guidance, navigation, and control systems of both the rocket and the capsule, determine acoustic and vibration levels and loads across Crew Dragon exterior and interior, demonstrate launch escape trigger monitoring, and demonstrate end-to-end operation performance. Cargo. Okay, so this is what it's taken up. It's taken up Ripley. You guys have been talking about that in the comments or the chat section. Ripley is a sophisticated mannequin dressed up in the spacesuit, and she's got a whole bunch of sensors and monitors on her. And of course, she's named after the alien Ripley, who was the cool chick who killed a lot of space animals. Okay. So we got a bunch of that stuff, monitors and stuff to, monitor the health of astronauts that will go on this capsule, as well as other instruments and payloads on the capsule. Another thing that they have inside the capsule is a plush toy or stuffed animal Earth that Elon just threw in the capsule last minute today. It's like he found it in a gift shop somewhere and threw it in there, or bought it off Amazon. I don't know, but it's hilarious. And he says it's a high-tech zero-G indicator, which is fancy terms for he just wants it to get into space and float around the capsule. Dude, this guy cracks me up. I mean, I can't stand it. It's awesome. All right, so dates. Yeah, I kind of already discussed this, but it's supposed to come back from the space station on March 8th, and NASA and maybe SpaceX will be covering this when that happens. So keep an eye out for that. And I think that's it for those slides. So let's go back to the live broadcast really quick, and then after a few minutes, I will go over the giveaway. How about that? Because I want to see what you guys are saying now, because I care. Display big. Nailed it. Go back to studio mode. Get this out of the way. Boom. Turn the volume up.
All right. Space flight again.
Oh, yeah.
Transportation to low Earth orbit is super important to humans.
I'm a
right
teacher.
Now, that's where
that's
we are
my
operating
job.
And doing
I
a lot
teach
of our
sciences
work in space.
from grades
the International Space Station,
6
one of the
through
nation's
12.
great assets for research and discovery,
Whole bunch
is
of
in low Earth orbit. And the Commercial Crew Program will be providing transportation to ISS to support that first step as a gateway to space.
Yeah, space animals.
I think we're going to have a lot more opportunity to do the exploration research that we need to get us to the moon and to Mars and beyond.
There's a larger group of us that are
okay,
dreaming.
they're still talking gibberish. Let's do the giveaway. I know that's what you guys have been waiting for. We're doing the giveaway. Shut up, you. All right. I'm so rude right now. I'm just jacked up on Coke. The drink, not the drug. Or all right. Okay, so I got a special little vid for you guys for this. Let me go back to this thing. Display just me. Yes. My face, not yours. Gotcha. All right, so here's my video I put together for you guys. Enjoy it because I worked really hard on it because I wanted this to be very over dramatic. I got to make sure I get the right video. There it is. And begin. Hello, my loyal cloud licking subscribers. I want to take this opportunity to personally thank each and every one of you for helping me reach my recent 10,000 subscriber milestone.
Thank you.
But I also want to take this opportunity to celebrate with you. Because of the love you have shown this channel, I once again want to pay that love forward in two ways. As some of you who have been subscribers of this channel for a while now are well aware, whenever I make one of these subscriber special videos, I always donate to a rescue animal nonprofit, and nothing has changed in that regard. So just 6 short months ago, we reached our 1,000 subscribers, and in that subscriber special video, I donated to an organization called Wings of Rescue, an organization that rescues pets in dire situations, whether it's from a natural disaster or a kill shelter. This nonprofit uses aviation as a means to get these animals as quickly as possible to their destinations, so they aren't spending hours cramped up in tiny cages on long road trips. Well, once again, I decided to donate to this rescue organization in honor of you, my subscribers. It just so happens I have 2 dogs, one of which is a rescue, and I'm also getting into paramotoring this summer. So now more than ever, I feel this charity is perfect for this channel to get behind and sponsor in future videos. But the second way I'm paying the love you have shown me forward is by giving back to you, the community. And this time I'm doing so by not giving away just 1, but 5 SpaceX Hot Wheels Tesla Roadsters.
Oh my God!
Yes, that's right. It's the SpaceX edition, Bob. I mean, look, it says first car to orbit the sun, greetings from space. Look at the back, it gives you a whole bunch of info about the actual mission of that Falcon Heavy launch.
Cool.
But again, I only have 5 of them, so you have to win to get one. And the way you do that is by being one of the first 5 people to score perfectly on my cloud licking quiz. But really, you have to be the first one to send me an email with a screenshot of that score and your full name and your shipping address. Otherwise, I won't know who the first 5 people were to score perfectly.
Great. I think I got it, but just in case, tell me the whole thing again. I wasn't listening.
And I do apologize, but to qualify, you have to send me an address within the continental United States.
What?
Sorry guys, I'm living off a teacher salary. But I do promise, when we hit 100,000 subscribers and we do that subscriber special video, I will definitely ship internationally. But anyway, the link to the quiz and the official rules are down in the description. Make sure you read them carefully so you don't mess up your chances.
Okay.
But wait, that's not all, Bob. You'll quickly find that the second half of this 10-question quiz is actually quite difficult. And it was designed that way on purpose to give a little bit of an advantage to those who have been subscribers longer. But every one of those questions has been answered in at least one of my previous videos on this channel. But here's the thing, because you've decided to join me on this live video, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the answer to what I think is the hardest one. And that question is, what year did I upload my very first video to YouTube? I may have started this channel in 2017, but my very first upload happened in 2007, just 2 years after YouTube became an official thing. So are you ready? Get set, go get 'em. But be careful, SurveyMonkey will only let you take the quiz 1 time per device. So your attempts are limited by the number of smartphones, tablets, laptops, computers that you have lying around the house. But please, feel free to use as many attempts as you can. Get your hands on your sister's, Chromebook, steal your dog's iPad, I don't care. Go for it. Now good luck, y'all, and back to your regularly scheduled programming with Live Me. Bye! Alright guys, I had to turn away because I didn't want to watch it. It's embarrassing. But if you check the description and you didn't find any link or any information about this contest or this giveaway, you might have to refresh the YouTube page because I put that description in there right when I was starting this live broadcast. So if you refresh it, it should show up. Thank you. 10 of 10. Wow, I'm so honored, you guys. I have dog hair all over my shirt. Gross. Yeah, so I'm giving away 5 of them. They're really sweet. And, you know, you can find them on Amazon. They're like $10, $15. But then you have shipping, which is probably like $20, $25. I don't know. But I thought it'd be a nice little gift to give you guys. My name's Kevin Haymeyer. I'm from Ohio. Yes. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit more about the mission. So the Falcon 9 booster will land on the drone ship. Of course, I still love you. Okay, so that's going to happen. There is no fairing to try to catch with Mr. Steven because it's the Crew Dragon capsule and there is no fairing. John Fife goes, well, technically every car at least 1 year old has orbited the sun, right? Yeah, he's right. He's right. I guess there's a big old typo on the front of that toy box. That's funny. Yeah, the feed might go out though when the booster is landing on the drone ship because it's way out there in the ocean and they do tend to lose feed sometimes, and it's night out. Although the weather's pretty good tonight apparently. What do your students think of you that you have a popular YouTube channel? You know, I never told them about it. I've had this channel since May or June of 2017. And I got about 6 or 7 months into it until my students found out. And the way they found out is they had a parent or themselves found my YouTube video when I was building the Lego Saturn V. And then word got out from there, and now everyone knows about it. So, I mean, it's cool. It is what it is. I don't let them talk about it in my classroom or I kick them out. All right, let's see what they're talking about now.
Raised its orbit to align more closely with the space station, as you can see in this animation right here on the screen.
It's supposed to launch at 2:49 a.m. Eastern Time. So whatever time that is in your time zone.
Putting Dragon into the same orbital plane as it prepares for its approach and docking maneuvers.
And then next, Dragon will make its approach and actually dock with the space station.
Yeah, if you don't see the giveaway link, try refreshing.
With Dragon
see if that
cargo
works.
deliveries in the past, which use a process called berthing, which requires somebody to be on the station to reach out and grab Dragon with the robotic arm. With docking not necessary, it's going to fly in all on its own.
Dragon will spend 5 days docked to ISS before preparing to return home. Following successful completion of Dragon's test objectives and cargo loading operations, the ISS crew on board will close out the cabin, perform final system checks, and configure the vehicle for undocking. Once the automated undocking sequence is complete,
so,
Dragon will...
Does the Crew Dragon have to make a plane change to make the plane of the ISS? I don't think so. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe it just transitions into that plane. I'm not sure. If anybody else knows the answer to that, go ahead and put that in the chat. The answer is yes, apparently.
SpaceX will move in and recover Dragon from the water.
That covers what to expect on this mission without crew, but it is important to remember that this entire operation is also a training opportunity when we do have astronauts on board. So let's go now to NASA's Jennifer Wolfinger at Kennedy Space Center with more on what's going on.
Did anybody get 100% yet on that quiz? I'm curious.
Thanks, Lauren. Ripley may be the only passenger on board this time, but our NASA and SpaceX teams are treating this launch as if Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley are flying in Crew Dragon, because next time they will be.
On launch day with the commercial partners.
Oh, 9 of 10? Oh, I'm sorry, man. That's so close. Try it again.
I hand them over to the partner. So
SpaceX
or Boeing.
Falcon Heavy was supposed to launch on the 7th, but then it got pushed back to either later this month or next month. I can't remember which.
In insulating the crew before launch. As teams have been preparing for the uncrewed Demo 1 flight, the crew has been suiting up. rehearsing with support teams what they will do for Demo 2.
Keep trying, guys. Let's see if anybody's emailed.
The quarantine playbook.
Check my Gmail.
Quarantine the crew this
Gmail.
time, but for Demo 2, there's a lot of work that will go into making sure the crew is protected from any threat to their physical health in the days leading up to launch.
We might have one there.
Everyone who comes in contact with the astronaut is
Oh, we got one. As long as he lives on planet Earth in the United States, he wins. Yep. All right, we got one. 4 more people.
-14 to launch day. They're mine, so to speak. Just make sure we run the schedules. We keep them in a quarantine situation. Other people aren't coming up to them. On launch day in particular, I'm just making sure they're up, making sure they're moving along according to their timeline so they don't get behind.
And making sure
Yeah, Elon Musk has been cracking me up with all the memes he's been posting on Twitter lately. It's hilarious.
It's your family, and one last time to talk to them and tell them you love them, and you'll be back soon, those kind of things.
Right now, the Demo 2 crew is closely monitoring the pre-launch milestones inside of SpaceX's Launch Control Center, including propellant loading that began just a short time ago. The crew is using this morning to train for what will happen on Demo 2. Everything from strapping into their seats.
Yeah, I can make the live stream big. Let's see. I got this. Display big. Transition. Boom.
But this morning's uncrewed launch is more than just a simulation. It's their first chance to practice.
All right, you guys let me know if you want me to shut up or quiet down or them to be louder. You let me know.
Talk about where the crew
All right, so I teach in Central Ohio, around Columbus, Ohio.
Is David Brady.
And again, I teach. All right, here are my classes in the grades.
Program. Thank you for joining us.
I teach 6th grade STEM. I teach 7th grade life science, 2 classes. I teach 8th grade earth science, which is my favorite because it was my favorite class to teach subject because I get to talk about a lot of rocket science. I teach 9th grade physical science, which is also another one of my favorite classes because, again, it's all about engineering and I get to talk about rockets. 10th grade biology. I did 11th grade chem lab 1 year, but I don't do it. I'm not doing it this year. And then I also do 12th grade anatomy and physiology, which is my least favorite class, for the record.
It's going to double the amount of research that we can do in terms of time. Now you might ask, how can you double?
Oh, I put Kerbal in my classrooms as a lab before. I actually have a video on that in my YouTube feed. You'll have to look through my uploaded videos.
Once all that is covered, adding an additional crew member should provide the capacity to do nothing additional other than research. So we're very excited at the capacity to do that because we're looking forward to even more.
Hey, I noticed some stainless steel looking materials on the base of Dragon. Do you think he's testing materials that are going to be used on Starship?
Let's see what our next question.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, to be honest, but I don't know. I don't know what exactly you're referring to. I guess I haven't really been paying attention that closely. It wouldn't surprise me. But if you're talking about, what do you say, on the base of Dragon? Or if you're talking about the trunk, the black part just underneath the trunk there is actually solar panels on one side. They don't have the extendable and retractable solar panels like they used to, or like they do on Cargo Dragon. Instead, the Crew Dragon trunk will always face the sun, and then the other side, the other half of Crew Dragon trunk, is actually the radiator. And that will always face away from the sun.
So the new CCP capability, that's another thing that it will provide for us.
That's great. That's all the time we have.
Favorite NASA space program? Oof.
Let's check back in with Stephanie and Shiva for.
I mean, I love Commercial Crew, obviously. My favorite one of all time was definitely Apollo and Mercury and Gemini. I used, before SpaceX got really popular, my favorite space program period was NASA of the 1960s. I still have more respect for NASA of the 1960s than I do today's NASA. But if they hold to their promises that they're currently making on the advancements in space exploration that they want to do, then, you know what, I might start having more respect for NASA these days. But, you know, they kind of let me down over the last decade or so. But yeah, I love everything to do with NASA of the 60s. Big fan.
One capable of sending astronauts on historic journeys.
I'm a Right Stuff fan. Yes, I am. Speaking of the devil,
needed to be capable of launching the most powerful rocket of its time, the mighty Saturn V. And so, in 1962, NASA began building the answer, Launch Complex 39A. At the bottom, a flame trench 1.5 football fields long. And above it, a launch tower connecting to a new concept at the time, mobilized launch platforms. With highly explosive rocket fuel nearby, an emergency escape system was added. NASA engineers designed a high-speed elevator and a 200-foot-long escape tube down to a blast-resistant bunker 40 feet underground.
You saw the launch of the first Mercury capsule? That's awesome.
In November of 1967, NASA launched the first successful test
If I could pick
flight
another
of
time
an
to be
unmanned
like
Saturn
born
V
other than
rocket
when I
from
was,
Pad
because I'm happy to be
39A.
born when I was,
Historic
it would
missions
definitely
to
be
the
like
moon followed,
1950,
and another Pad 39B was added.
1940s, just so I could be like a
Decades
late
later,
teenager during the
39A
space
and B
race.
were
That would have been so
modified to
motivating.
support the space shuttle program.
And liftoff, the final liftoff of Atlantis.
From the 1980s all the way to the last launch in July of 2011. After that, the pads went dark.
3 years later, Pad 39A got a new lease on life. You see, NASA no longer needed 2 launch pads, so they upgraded it, and in 2014, SpaceX signed a 20-year
So you were born in
lease agreement to launch their
1950?
own rockets
My dad
from
was
here,
born in 1950.
as well as astronauts. And they'll be lifting off from the exact same place that Shuttle and
That's
Apollo
awesome.
astronauts once did.
First, SpaceX needed to upgrade the pad. The massive rotating service structure used to load cargo into the space shuttle was removed. And the most recent addition? A new crew access arm, a modernized steel and aluminum structure so NASA astronauts can bridge the distance between the launch tower and the Dragon crew capsule. Just under 6 years
Yeah,
after
I'm
the
sorry, I'm
last
trying to
space shuttle
read as
launch,
many as your
fire
responses
and
as I
smoke
can, but
returned to
obviously I'm going to
39A
miss some.
when SpaceX launched
Of
NASA's
course,
10th cargo
any
resupply
super chats
mission
I'll definitely
to the
read just because
International
that'd
Space
be
Station.
right
And
of
a
me
year
to do
later,
to show my appreciation.
SpaceX showed off
But yeah,
the
I'm trying
pad's
to keep an eye on
versatility,
what you guys are talking
launching
about
a
here.
triple boostered Falcon Heavy rocket on a test flight.
And that helped propel the number of launches here over the century mark. And more are planned. NASA and SpaceX have a contract to send astronauts to the International Space Station a half-dozen times. And they're going to do it
He has
right
a
here
boo-boo on his
at
finger.
Pad 39A.
And the entire SpaceX team is truly honored that we're going to be launching astronauts again from Pad 39A.
At a little over 11 minutes, let's go back to this team at SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne for an update.
Almost 10 minutes, guys.
Thanks, you guys.
Get pumped.
So SpaceX
Get wrecked.
Everybody's super excited. SpaceX has been flying Cargo Dragon since 2010, but in order to transport crew, we have to make some key
Coke.
upgrades to the
Not
vehicle.
Red Bull or
So
coffee.
in a second here,
Coke.
we'll get an image of the inside of Dragon. All right, so some of the easiest to spot
I've never
differences
had
between
a
Crew
cup of
Dragon and
coffee in my
Cargo
life,
Dragon.
believe it or
First,
not.
notice these
I think
white
it's because my
composite
dad
panels.
drank it all the
Those are there
time.
to close out the crew's habitable cabin space from the spacecraft's primary structure, as well as the components behind those panels that the crew does not need to access. Another very noticeable interior change is that we've added carbon fiber seats, which are custom sized for each crew member. Crew Dragon can fit up to 7 astronauts.
Next 10
but our
years
first
are
crew
going to
flight
be
will have
exciting.
2
And I feel like it
astronauts,
kind of came out of
followed by
nowhere. Like
operational missions, which will
within
carry
just like the
4.
last
Each of
year, it
them
really
running a
took off and the
SpaceX
hype
design
has just
spaceship.
grown
And as you can also see in the
enormously.
video, there's also
And everyone knows about it.
a touchscreen control panel. While Dragon is
Or maybe
fully
it's because I live in
autonomous,
an
we have
echo
added
chamber.
this
I
for
don't know. I
redundancy
surround myself
so that
with
the
people
crew
that
can
love
navigate the
space.
spacecraft manually in the event of an emergency.
And those NASA astronauts
Coffee right
have been
now.
working
No
with
regrets.
SpaceX from early on to provide input into Crew Dragon's design. Right now they're finishing their training on all of the features of the spacecraft and the spacesuit, using simulators and other exercises in advance of that first crewed mission.
They just don't look
Just
as
like the
cool
seat,
as the mannequin
spacesuit
does.
is
The mannequin
individually
looks
fitted
so
for
much
each
cooler than them.
astronaut, designed to completely protect them from the vacuum environment
with all due
of
respect,
space.
you know.
While the spacecraft obviously is the primary
They still
means of
look better
protecting
than the
those
Boeing,
astronauts, the suit can act as a
the
critical
blue,
backup in the case of an
Boeing
emergency.
spacesuits.
And one final interesting point of distinction for Crew Dragon is once again we have windows on the spacecraft, so the crew can look out into space during the flight, providing not only cool views but also helping them to view the station and orient Dragon during manual piloting.
Now let's not forget about Falcon 9. The design of our rocket is just as critical to the DM1 mission as is the spacecraft. We have been launching Falcon 9 since 2010 to carry Cargo Dragon, as well as
Oh, I know it. They have so much space in there. It's crazy. I still to this day cannot believe that Jim Lovell and
and
Why can't?
nine
Why
first
do I
stage
always
Merlin
forget his
engines,
name? He's like my
Falcon
favorite
9 can
astronaut.
successfully continue its mission, even in the event of an engine shutdown. Both F9
come
and
on.
Dragon are designed
During
to be
the Mercury
reusable, and SpaceX
Gemini
has recorded
program,
6
Gym
Dragons
level
and
and
19 first-stage boosters to date. And as mentioned, following today's launch, we will attempt to land
I can't
Falcon
believe I'm
9
forgetting
back
his
on
name.
our drone ship in the
It's because I'm
Atlantic
in the
Ocean,
spotlight
so
right
that
now.
it can
That's
be
why.
used on a future flight.
SpaceX also intends to reuse this
Not
Dragon.
Aldrin,
Its mission's already
Alan
set to be the
Shetner,
in-flight
Alan
abort test
Shepard.
taking place later this year ahead of Demo 2. Now, though, since
Frank
we're under 9
Borman.
minutes, let's
I
check
knew
back
I
in with
remember.
Tom on the status
I still
of today's
cannot
launch.
believe to this day that Frank
Thanks,
Borman
guys.
and Jim
We
Lovell
are at 8 minutes and
lived
30
in a
seconds
two-seater
until launch. The excitement here at SpaceX headquarters is palpable.
Gemini capsule
Just a quick
for
update on
what,
the status
14
of the rocket
days?
and the Dragon. The stage
Crazy.
1 and stage 2 are almost
Crazy.
fully fueled with both RP1 and oxidizer. The range is good to go.
I'm glad you mentioned the Apollo 11 documentary movie that came out today. I got tickets to see it tomorrow. I'm so pumped to see the Apollo 11 documentary. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's all over YouTube. You just type in Apollo 11 trailer and you'll see it.
Monitor, but we are going to go over to Kennedy Space
It's only in theaters
see
this
how the
week,
space
so
station team is doing with
over
Gary
the next
Jordan. How's
7
it going
days,
over
so you
there,
need to go
Gary?
see it if you're really into the, 1960s
Hey Tom,
NASA.
welcome to Mission Control Houston. Right here, the teams behind me are looking after the systems of the International Space Station, which is, of course, the ultimate destination of Dragon launching today. Over the next day, we'll be monitoring Dragon through its approach to the International Space Station.
What I was talking about with Frank Borman and Jim Lovell was before Apollo 13, because Frank Borman wasn't on Apollo 13, Jim Lovell was. They took a Titan missile with a Gemini capsule up, two-seater, and it was the first long-duration orbit around the Earth for like 2 weeks, just to see how long they can stay in space. And these guys, like, it's crazy what these guys did just to pass the time. 2 weeks and without getting up, obviously they're kind of floating in their seats, but that's all they could do. It blows my mind that they could do that without going insane.
Vehicle docked to this part of the station was the Space Shuttle back in 2011. Again, our job really picks up when Dragon is just
Yeah, if you win the giveaway, I will definitely reply to your email, and I'll probably do that tonight or whenever I get off. Actually, yeah, I'll just do it tonight.
The station is scheduled to be over central Iraq. That's how fast this thing is traveling. Dragon's going to spend some time chasing it down. But this is an exciting time.
6 minutes.
We have new vehicles coming online to launch humans to the International Space Station. Of course, more humans means more science, which is
that was Gemini 8 when Neil Armstrong and
we're working with
was
commercial
it Dave
providers
Scott
as well, not just
lost
SpaceX.
control
SpaceX
of their
also
Gemini
providing,
capsule and almost blacked
cargo
out
to the
and
space
died.
station, but we're also working with
But
international
somehow Neil Armstrong managed to find the right retro propulsive switch or whatever and deorbit them. That capsule is actually located in Wapakoneta, Ohio at the Neil Armstrong Museum, which is near it's my hometown basically. It's where my dad delivered mail when I was a kid.
Thanks, Gary. We are
so
just
I've seen that
moments
capsule
away
and
from our launch of the crew,
it's so
the first
nuts.
crew demonstration mission to the
Again, that
International
people
Space
could
Station.
live in that thing for
the
days
Falcon
and
9
days.
engine chill is underway right now. That gets those turbo pumps cold enough to pump the liquid oxygen and RP1 fuel to the 9 Merlin 1D engines at the bottom of the rocket. Strong back retract will start at about T-minus 5 minutes. That's just 30 seconds from now. And the crew access arm is already in the launch
That's
position.
a good question. I've wondered that
Around
myself.
T-minus
If
1
the
minute,
parachutes
that's
fail,
when
will
you'll
the
hear
Super
the
Dracos
call-out
take over
Falcon
for a
9 as a
retropropulsive
startup.
landing?
That means that the Falcon 9 flight computers have gone into startup mode. and
It would
they're
be
now
smart if there was a
autonomously
contingency
controlling
plan
the
like
rest of
that,
the
but
countdown.
honestly, I have no idea.
At about T-minus 2 seconds, we will ignite the flight computer will ignite the engines, and we will check the power on those engines for
I
a
don't think
liftoff
that they'll
at
ever come to
T-minus
that,
0
but it'd
when
be
the
interesting to
hold-down's
know
released.
what that answer
Just
is.
a reminder that this is an instantaneous launch window tonight. If we have a hold for any reason, we will have to scrub for tonight, but we do have a backup window at March 5th at 1:38 a.m. Eastern Time. The Dragon
Why
team
do they
has
have the
given us
walkway
thumbs up
lit
that
up
the
when there are
spacecraft
no
is ready to go.
astronauts?
The range is also green, and we're looking
Probably
good.
for aesthetic
like I said
purposes,
earlier,
just
the
to get
weather is
everybody a
looking
good view.
fantastic at the Cape for both launch
I know
and
they had to
recovery.
load cargo
With
in there,
just
like
about
that plush
4
toy.
minutes and 30 seconds
So,
left before liftoff.
I don't
Let's
know.
listen into the final countdown on the launch.
Here we go, final countdown. It's the final countdown. That's my Rocky impression song. That half of you probably don't even know what I'm talking
And
about.
startback retract is starting.
RP1 bleed.
Can I sing Space Odyssey? You just got a brief example of my singing, and you should probably not ask me to do anymore for your own safety. Let's turn this thing all the way up. You guys let me know if you want me to blow your eardrums with this launch, all right? I will do that for you. Come on, man. Get off the screen.
HC cradle arms are open.
There we go. Yeah, yes, Saint. Man, you guys are a glutton for punishments, yo.
AFTS final setup started.
It's the final countdown. I want the sound to be like I'm right next to the thing. All right, just stick your face in your laptop and shut the screen on it. All right. If I wasn't doing this right now, I'd definitely be in my home theater room, just waking all my neighbors up, getting the police over here to watch it with me. Oh, we've been waiting for this moment for what, 8 years? Close to it.
I'm back. Igniter purges. Stage 1 LOX load has closed out.
Strong backside retract angle of 88.3 degrees.
Here we go, guys. Don't get scared now. That deodorant's really working out for me, just so you know.
Lead verification, stage 1.
Perspiring, but I smell delicious. Yeah, there is a lot riding on this. Some of my students are like, when I show these videos, these launches in my classrooms, they're like, we want to watch it blow up. I'm like, no, you really don't, because that sets the whole program back months and months and months. I think the last time the Falcon 9 blew up, it set SpaceX back like a good 6 months before they launched their next rockets. And this one to do that with the Crew Dragon, no, thank you. Nope.
Stage 2 LOX load closing out.
Dude, can I have a merchandise thing? Guys, this channel has blown up thanks to SpaceX and your guys' support over the last several months. And at this rate, by the time summer comes around and I'm on summer break and I don't have to teach in the summer, obviously, this is going to be my main focus. And I plan on doing a whole bunch of things. People were telling me to do a Patreon and start a Discord. I'm going to do all that. Now that I'm at 10,000, I could do like apparel and t-shirts, Teespring, I don't know. It's stuff I'm going to look into over the next several months and definitely hit it hard this summer. So a lot of good things coming, guys. So thanks for being part of the journey with me. Oh, everyday astronauts taking my viewers away. No. He deserves all the viewers that he
Falcon
gets.
9 is in startup.
He is a
gas
great entertainer. I love him. Here we go. In fact, I'll watch his live video after the fact. Like probably tomorrow, I'll probably watch his video.
Go for launch.
I love me
Stage
some
2
Tim
is
Dodd.
pressing for flight.
I wonder if Scott Manley said he was going to do this too tonight. So we'll see what he comes up with.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Here we go, guys. I hope that plush toy survives. It is so dang cute.
Stage 1, pressing for flight.
T-minus 15 seconds.
Just make sure it stayed at 1070,
720,
10,
9.
Here we go.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. Ignition.
Come on, baby.
Liftoff.
Come on, baby. Get it. Get it.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
Nominal. There she goes. Step toward making history.
Stage 1 throttle bucket.
Power and telemetry nominal.
Come on.
For those of you just joining us, you are watching a live view of the Falcon 9 rocket as it ascends through the atmosphere carrying the SpaceX Dragon 2 capsule to
Vehicle
orbit.
is 2%.
The vehicle just passed through max Q, which is the point of maximum aerodynamic pressure on the vehicle. As you can hear in the background, the excitement at SpaceX headquarters is unbelievable here.
Stage 1 throttle.
Vehicle is passing through max Q.
Come on.
You heard that call out from max Q on the nets. The Falcon 9 actually throttles down its 9 Merlin engines to reduce aerodynamic loads on the vehicle. It is now throttling those engines back up. Coming up at T plus 2 minutes and 35 seconds is going to be 3 events in quick succession. The first one is going to be the main engine cutoff, or MECO. That's when the 9 Merlin 1D engines that you can see on your screen right now will cut off shortly before a stage separation at 2 minutes and 38 seconds.
I forgot to look and see if this booster flew before. Does anybody know?
Second stage of the Falcon 9 will
This is the
ignite
first time this booster's
in what
flown.
we call second engine start, or SES. That'll be at 2 minutes and 46 seconds. So stand by for main engine cutoff, stage separation, and second engine start coming up in just about 20 seconds from now.
Come on. Come on. I always look for the decrease in pressure in that bag on the right hand side of the screen. That's usually your giveaway that it's about to separate. There we go. I don't even care if the booster doesn't hit the drone ship. I just wanted that Crew Dragon up there.
At SpaceX headquarters, we did have a successful main engine cutoff, a stage separation, and as you can see on the right-hand side of your screen, that second stage engine is currently started and accelerating Dragon towards orbit. On the left-hand side of your screen, that is a view from the first stage as it makes its way back down towards the Earth. Let's go down to Lauren and Dan for updates on that first stage recovery.
All right, so as you can just see, we lifted off. We had an awesome liftoff.
So they're going to land the booster on the drone ship. Of course, I still love you. Hopefully that works out. Make this a perfect flight. Crew Dragon's on its way to the International Space Station. It won't get there for like another 24, 25 hours.
The drone ship. The first is the entry burn start, which is starting at T plus 7 minutes and 48 seconds approximately. That's where 3 of the M1D engines will reignite. And what that burn does is it slows
Right? Yeah, the inside of the capsule. I thought we were going to see...
If we didn't do that,
What's
that
this?
aerodynamic re-entry heating, the aero heating...
Let's see what this is. Oh, that's nothing.
would heat
Yeah, I
up
thought we were
stage
going to get
one,
videos of
and
Starman.
it
What
would
happened
potentially
with
break
that?
apart, so we got to slow
I don't
it
think
down.
I missed it. I mean,
From
that's
there,
not Starman.
stage 1 is going to coast its way back down using those grid fins to help steer it, and then it'll execute
We're not Starman,
the
sorry.
landing burn. That's
I'm
gonna
so
happen at T plus
sexist.
9 minutes and 24 seconds.
Ripley.
That's where
Ripley.
we're going to reignite that center E9 engine to hopefully bring stage 1 down to a beautiful stop right on the drone ship.
That's right, and while all that's happening, the second stage, which you can see glowing bright here,
I'll keep an eye on
continuing to
this
power
just in
Dragon,
case.
it's going to continue burning until just about 9 minutes after launch. So at 8 minutes and 59 seconds is where it's targeted to cut off. Down to a single engine, but that one providing a little over 200,000 pounds of thrust to carry Dragon through the upper parts of Earth's atmosphere. Not as much resistance to fight against once you're up this high. And it's going to get Dragon into that initial orbit, and it's still going to be a couple hundred kilometers beneath the station, and then it'll be turned over to thrusters on Dragon once it separates from that second stage to then begin the chase down of the orbiting laboratory. But 5 minutes, 11 seconds and counting past launch. All the calls so far indicating nominal performance. So we're continuing to see great stuff so far.
Yep,
from
they're already losing feed on that booster.
Okay, we're hearing that MVAC is performing nominally.
There we go. There it is. That plush toy is not floating yet because it's still under thrust, still under power.
Continues to come back nominally, and look over there on the left on your screen. You see that picture of Ripley in that zero-G
Still being pushed into its seat.
That's right. Keep an eye out as long as we have the view. As soon as Dragon's separated and it's essentially then in its free flight mode, you're going to see that little planet Earth start to float up.
Yeah, and you better show it, Bob, or whatever your name is.
Once we separate Dragon in just a couple of minutes from now. 6 minutes
Yeah,
past.
it ain't moving. It's dead. It died on ascent. The Earth is dead. It's not going to float.
Trajectory continues to be nominal on stage 2.
See.
Still have about 2.5 more minutes left of this burn, at which point
That's just
MVAC
what I was
will
wondering.
shut down. We're just under a minute away from that entry burn on stage 1 that I mentioned before.
Oh, so feeling pretty relieved. Feeling pretty relieved. A Mars plush toy as well. Yeah, that would have been cool. Why not throw the moon in there too?
Second stage burn continues to burn nominally.
Yeah, they lost the feed from the
We're
booster,
over
but
7
maybe we'll
minutes
get it
since
back.
That liftoff feels like
It's
it was
not
30
uncommon.
seconds ago. Continuing to carry Dragon up. It's going to make it to that.
How many
initial
Gs are they
orbit
pulling at
after
launch?
separation.
Well, that's what they're
Separation coming
measuring
about a minute
with
after that
Ripley.
second
They
stage
have a
cutoff.
bunch of sensors on her, or on it.
Stage 2 propellant tank pressures
I would
are
say
looking
no more
good.
than
The burn continues to be healthy.
4 or 5. My best guess. Yeah. I don't know.
Now coming up in about 10 seconds, that entry burn is going
Maybe
to start.
6.
Hopefully we'll have onboard video and you'll be able to watch. Let's listen in on the call-outs.
Stage 1 FTS is safe.
There, we got some feed.
Stage 1 entry burn has started.
Come on.
Look at that flame.
Making its way back in the
In
atmosphere.
one of the engines reigniting. This burn is going to continue on for about another 18 or so seconds.
And those titanium grid fins that you're seeing there on the left-hand side are huge. They're like the size of a smart car.
So a little back-to-back action now as we see stage 1 coming back down towards Earth. Stage 2 still making its way up into outer space. The Dragon still nestled on top, getting ready.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
There's the end of that stage 1 shutdown.
I don't think they lost the feed because you didn't get that little Falcon 9 symbol pop up.
So stage
I
one
think
is
it's
gonna
just because
continue
it's
to
dark,
coast
there's no point in seeing it
its way
right now.
down, using those grid fins for attitude control and steering.
Next
And in just
milestone,
under a
Seagull.
minute.
Starship, AOS.
Ah, that's right. It's coming up in about 10 seconds.
AOS is good.
Invac's throttling down for Seco.
Here we go. Show that plush toy. Come on. We want to watch it float off the seat.
Stage 1 is
And we have
transonic.
had a successful shutdown. Vinvac. All right.
Come on, plush toy. It's like the new star of the show.
Stage 1 landing burn is supposed to start. At the start of that burn, stage 1 will be traveling at 275 meters per second. That single engine burn is going to bring that.
Yeah, there's a
75
stuffed
to
animal
0.
Earth riding in the Crew Dragon capsule that they threw in there
Just
last
hear
minute.
that stage 1 landing burn has
Come on,
started.
come on, come on. There we go. Yes, we got some feed.
All right, let's see if we get it.
Come on, baby. Come on, stay with us. Wow. Is it hovering? Stay, stay. Looked like it was going off to the side there for a minute. Aces. Yeah, it did kind of hover off to the left there. But hey, it's still in the circle. That's so impressive,
Just
man.
about 500 kilometers away from where it launched from. The
Show the
vehicle
plush
will
toy.
now undergo its safing procedures. And the recovery team will make sure it's strapped down and it'll make its way back to Earth. Or sorry, back to Cape Canaveral. It's already on it.
There it is. There's the plush toy. He's kind of moving now. Look at him.
We have Dragon separation coming up. Let's go back to Tom
Dude,
Perderi.
Elon cracks me up, man. He's the
Wow,
coolest.
what a landing. Coming up very shortly in just about 20 seconds here. The
It's
Dragon
like
spacecraft is going to be
that movie
separating from the
Castaway.
top of the Falcon 9
Ripley's volleyball is that plush toy. Wilson. It's not Wilson though. It's World.
Occurring around
Just
11
World.
minutes
That's the
and
name of that
5
plush toy. World.
seconds.
There it
Just
goes.
about
Now it's
Let's
really
wait for
moving.
confirmation.
Dragon, separation confirmed.
Stranded in space with the World. Oh, sweet. There's
There
the
it
trunk.
is.
Trunk separated. Wait, is that the trunk?
You're
No, that'd be
looking
the second
at a
stage.
view from
Yeah,
the
second
top
stage.
of the second stage of the Falcon 9 rocket. And hard to make out in the shadow of the Earth, but that is the Dragon 2 spacecraft.
For a minute there, I was
flying in
thinking the
space
trunk
for the
separated
first
from the
time
capsule. I'm like, wait, it's not
after
supposed to do
a
that.
Successful separation. This is a great day for everyone here at SpaceX and NASA.
Look how happy
Let's
he
go
is.
back
You
over
deserve to
Gary
be
and
happy,
Johnson
guy.
And see how they're handling it over there. It's kind of crazy over here. How is it over there, Gary?
Back to you, Gary.
Thanks,
Come
Tom.
on,
We were
Gary.
definitely enjoying hearing some of the cheers from over you guys. You can actually kind of see behind us. We got
Okay,
quite
but
a
he has to
number
be
of
all
viewers
clean-shaven
here
'cause he
in
works
the
for the
International
government.
Space Station Flight Control Room. Very
Unless he's
exciting time
contracted.
that
I
we
don't think he
have
is.
now that they're waving. So this is, for us here in Mission Control Houston, this is just the beginning. Now that Dragon is in orbit, we have just over a day until Dragon's scheduled to be docked to the International Space Station. There's a lot of milestones to get through. The crew have been, again, reviewing their procedures, getting ready for some of those moments, again, monitoring the approach and even performing some commands while the Dragon is close enough. But again, there's a lot of work to do. We have docking scheduled for 6 a.m. tomorrow. We'll continue to monitor Dragon during that time.
Turn that down a little bit because
Toss to Lauren and Dan.
looks like from what they just showed down here that that's basically it. Now the Crew Dragon capsule is just going to coast.
Thank you,
See what else they have to say really
Now, for
quick.
a typical CRS mission, right about now, we'll be awaiting solar array deployment. But as a reminder, Crew Dragon has solar array body mounted along the surface of the trunk. They're already activated. They're producing the power. Draco engines are firing. Dragon is doing awesome.
Okay, so the Draco
Right,
engines
as
are
Tom just
firing on the
mentioned,
Crew
nose gun's
Dragon.
going to be opening, and that's
So,
going to expose those guidance and
that'll take
navigation
it the rest
control
of the way.
sensors and the docking mechanism. And then pretty soon, Dragon's going to execute that series of burns to gradually raise its orbit up to align more closely with the International Space Station.
Quick mission overview recap. We had a successful launch of Stage 1 and Dragon, of course. We landed Stage 1 on the drone ship, had video the whole way down. You got to check that out. Dragon has separated, it's activated, and it's now on its mission. So on behalf of SpaceX and NASA,
All
thank
right.
you for watching today's broadcast. Thank you for your interest in the mission. And a big thank you to the Eastern Range for helping
So
make
yeah,
today's launch possible.
we got to see a successful launch.
Far from over. It's going to spend the next day or so on its way.
Yep, we know that. So, successful launch, successful landing. It was actually a really good broadcast. We actually got to see the Falcon 9 booster land. We even got to see the Crew Dragon capsule with the trunk separate from the second stage. And we got to kind of see the plush toy float a little bit from the chair. And I wonder if they're going to keep broadcasting that or not. I don't know, probably not. Just it would be nice to see that plush toy just floating around live on YouTube for the next day. That'd be sweet, but I doubt that's going to be the case. I don't know. Oh, man, that guy's beard is awesome. Okay, so what else do you guys want to talk about? That basically does it for that show. Yeah, right? It was worth it for 3 a.m. Yeah. I am so tired and the caffeine has worn off, but I'm still pretty pumped. Let me pull up Me Big. Yeah, Me Big. So, let's see how many people have emailed me the winning tickets. Okay, let's see. Vicious Bunny. So we got one winner for sure. We got another winner, it looks like. Oh, wait. They didn't send an address. They didn't follow the rules. For shame. Oh, he didn't get it. So we got 1 so far. 2. Look at that. He made it big. 3. All right. So I think we got 3 of 5. Maybe 4 of 5, but 3 of 5 for sure. All right. So in case you didn't, so there's still at least, 1 or 2 more people that can win. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video again for those of you that weren't there to watch it at the beginning of the video. And that way you can try to win one of the giveaway prizes, which is right here in this promotional video. Enjoy. And then I'll be back to talk about it afterward. Hello, my loyal Cloud Licking subscribers. I want to take this opportunity to personally thank each and every one of you for helping me reach my recent 10,000 subscriber milestone.
Thank you.
But I also want to take this opportunity to celebrate with you. Because of the love you have shown this channel, I once again want to pay that love forward in 2 ways. As some of you who have been subscribers of this channel for a while now are well aware, whenever I make one of these subscriber special videos, I always donate to a rescue animal nonprofit, and nothing has changed in that regard. So just 6 short months ago, we reached our 1,000 subscribers, and in that subscriber special video, I donated to an organization called Wings of Rescue, an organization that rescues pets in dire situations, whether it's from a natural disaster or a kill shelter. This nonprofit uses aviation as a means to get these animals as quickly as possible to their destinations, so they aren't spending hours cramped up in tiny cages on long road trips. Well, once again, I decided to donate to this rescue organization in honor of you, my subscribers. It just so happens I have 2 dogs, one of which is a rescue, and I'm also getting into paramotoring this summer. So now more than ever, I feel this charity is perfect for this channel to get behind and sponsor in future videos. But the second way I'm paying the love you have shown me forward is by giving back to you, the community. And this time I'm doing so by not giving away just 1, but 5 SpaceX Hot Wheels Tesla Roadsters.
Oh my God!
Yes, that's right. It's the SpaceX edition, Bob. I mean, look, it says first car to orbit the sun, greetings from space. Look at the back, it gives you a whole bunch of info about the actual mission of that Falcon Heavy launch.
Cool.
But again, I only have 5 of them, so you have to win to get one. And the way you do that is by being one of the first 5 people to score perfectly on my Cloud Licking quiz. But really, you have to be the first one to send me an email with a screenshot of that score and your full name and your shipping address. Otherwise, I won't know who the first 5 people were to score perfectly.
Great. I think I got it, but just in case, tell me the whole thing again. I wasn't listening.
And I do apologize, but to qualify, you have to send me an address within the continental United States.
What?
Sorry guys, I'm living off a teacher salary. But I do promise, when we hit 100,000 subscribers and we do that subscriber special video, I will definitely ship internationally. But anyway, the link to the quiz and the official rules are down in the description. Make sure you read them carefully so you don't mess up your chances.
Okay.
But wait, that's not all, Bob. You'll quickly find that the second half of this 10-question quiz is actually quite difficult. And it was designed that way on purpose to give a little bit of an advantage to those who have been subscribers longer. But every one of those questions has been answered in at least one of my previous videos on this channel. But here's the thing, because you've decided to join me on this live video, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the answer to what I think is the hardest one. And that question is, what year did I upload my very first video to YouTube? I may have started this channel in 2017, but my very first upload happened in 2007, just 2 years after YouTube became an official thing. So are you ready? Get set, go get 'em. But be careful, SurveyMonkey will only let you take the quiz 1 time per device. So your attempts are limited by the number of smartphones, tablets, laptops, computers that you have lying around the house. But please, feel free to use as many attempts as you can. Get your hands on your sister's, Chromebook, steal your dog's iPad, I don't care. Go for it. Now good luck, y'all, and back to your regularly scheduled programming with Live Me. Bye! So yeah, that's my thank you for helping me get to 10,000 supporters, you guys. I really do appreciate it. And I wish I could do more, but again, teacher salary. If we get to 100,000, I'll definitely be throwing some SpaceX apparel in there. I also have some pretty big items already on their way here, and I would definitely ship those internationally as a big thank you. But we're not there yet, right? I'm just celebrating 10,000 right now. So again, I think we have 1, maybe 2 open spots to win those prizes. Okay, so get on it. Yeah, for all you guys that are getting off now, I appreciate you stopping in. Time for bed for I can't say I blame you. But those of you that are in Europe, you're like it's morning time. So yeah. Gotta go make my daughter some breakfast. Yeah, she's go make your daughter. That's funny. Just woke up here in Norway. Did I miss it? Yeah, you missed it. But the good news is that there's a rewind button. So that's all you, buddy. What else? Anything else we should go over before I get off here and go to bed myself? Nah, it's all right. Don't be hard on yourself if you didn't do too good on that quiz. You know, shame on me. You know, I'm a science teacher. Of course, I had to test you guys. All right, it's just in my nature now, I guess. But no, the first 5 were probably easy, like just concerning SpaceX. But I wanted to kind of help out those who have been subscribers longer, who probably watch more of my content, to kind of give it an extra handicap, if you want to call it that, by just making those last 5 questions about me and my channels. So yeah, my first video I ever uploaded was in 2007. So it was back when I was trained to go into the military, and I was just doing motivational workout videos, like of just different clips and editing them together to like keep me motivated to go to the gym and stuff before I shipped to boot camp. And those actually got pretty popular for the time, because YouTube was still a pretty new thing. And I think a couple of my videos got over 100,000 not subscribers, but views, which is more than what I've gotten now. But then when I went in the military, I closed that channel down. Then after the military, I started up a new channel, like a gaming channel. And that didn't get as popular as this channel has gotten, but it still did pretty well. And then I started this channel in 2017. And it started off as just a way for me to express myself, because I love editing videos. Like, I don't care so much about actually recording them and being on camera, but I definitely love editing videos together. And so it's just a hobby, and I did all sorts of things, but I think I'm kind of cornered now into SpaceX, which is kind of what my plan has always been, is SpaceX, other things I like to do, and hopefully some power paragliding or power paramotoring starting this summer. I've got my deposit down, and I've been saving for a year to take this training in June. And when I do that, I'm going to bring you guys along with me on that ride, and it should be a good time. 10 days staying in a hotel, just training to do power paragliding. And ultimately, I would love to just go up in the clouds, lick some clouds, that's where I got the name Cloud Licker, because I used to be a skydiver. So I kind of started that name back then, but I thought I'd call my channel Cloud Licker, because ultimately my goal is to get back in the sky and powered paramotoring, and maybe just talk whatever comes to my mind concerning SpaceX while I'm up there. That would be my ultimate dream for this channel. So that's what I'm going to try to get to here. Hopefully this summer we can really start picking it up, and I'll have the time to devote every ounce of my energy to this channel, because right now it's divided between work and my at-home responsibilities, and just keeping this channel going as big as I can with all the time I don't have right now. So yeah, let's see. Answer a few more questions, then I'm gonna hit the hay. Hit the haymeyer. That's my name, Kevin Haymeyer. In case you didn't know. Wow, I don't speak that language, but that's pretty. That looks like Elvish. That's awesome. I'm not cultured. But I do appreciate all you guys coming in from tuning in from different countries. That's awesome. Yeah, right. A Ripley live cam all day would be nice. Maybe they put one up. I'm gonna keep an eye out for that, but I didn't hear anything about that. They're definitely that. I know NASA's gonna cover the Crew Dragon undocking from the space station in 5 or 6 days, and then deorbiting and coming back to the Atlantic Ocean. So I'm definitely going to watch that. I don't think I'll broadcast it live, but I'll definitely watch it, and maybe they'll get that Ripley feed back up. Do I have kids? I have 2 fur babies. I have 2 big German Shepherd babies. Let's see if I can get them in here. But no, my wife and I don't want kids because we're too selfish and we love spending our money on us. Come here. Cairo doesn't like it when I do when I talk to myself in front of these cameras. Hey, Cairo, come here. Kunu. So, come here. Come here. There he is. He's camera shy. See, I'm camera shy, daddies. So this is Cairo. He's the one we adopted when he was a puppy. He's a little bit older. He's 4, and he's a good boy. Yeah, he can be mouthy sometimes. Kunu. Kunu is our other dog. Kunu is Hawaiian for Chuck. We got that from the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And this is Kunu Bears. Kunu Bears here. Let's see if I can get this pointed down here for a second. There he is. Hi, buddy. He's the one we rescued from a pretty bad situation a couple summers ago. He's a real sweetheart. He's a snuggler. Yeah, you're a snuggler. But yeah, no kids. These guys give us plenty to do. That's for sure. Yeah. So no kids. When is my Roadster coming? I'm gonna check those emails as soon as I'm done with the this live video, and I'll email you guys back if you won, and I will ship them out ASAP. All right. If not tomorrow, definitely like Monday. Okay, you'll get them. Don't worry. Let's see if you guys have. Let's see if there's 5 winners really quick. All right. Refresh. I don't think we got any new emails since I restarted that video. We got 1. We do have somebody that submitted a screenshot, but he didn't submit, or she didn't submit their address, which is part of the rules. Listen, guys, again, I'm a teacher, and you got to read the instructions. Come on. Gah. So I'm such a jerk. So we got 1. Oh, okay. So they sent me another email saying they don't want to give their address unless they want. Okay, so we'll give it to them. I'll be nice. So we have 2. We have 3. We have 4. We have 4. So we have 1 more person that needs to win, guys. Come on. Don't let me down now. I need to give it away because I don't want to be a selfish person and own 2 of them. I don't need 2. All right? Because I already have 2. I accidentally dropped 1 and it came out of the box. So now I own 2. I own 1 that's in the box and 1 that broke out. I don't need another one. Yeah, so Kyle Thiel, I don't see one from you, bro. Oh wait, no, yeah, I got yours. Yeah, you're good. You're in, Kyle. I'll make sure you get yours, buddy. See what else. Yes, you won, Kyle Thiel. Congratulations. I'll tell you guys who the winners are. Maybe at the end of my next SpaceX in the news video. In some video, I'll announce the winners. I don't know why, but I just think that you are extremely likable. Oh, you don't know me. Oh man, just ask my students. All right, these kids are literally afraid of me. Like I'm such a mean guy that I've been put in charge of the detention duty after school, and I've literally had kids come in already in tears just knowing that they have to spend an hour with me after school. No. I mean, that's true, but I mean, I can be nice, and I think I can be likable. My dogs like me, right? Because they kind of have to. I feed them. Let's see. When are the Raptors going to take to the skies with the Dragons? That is a good questiones. Questiones could be Spanish for questions, but I don't speak Spanish. So they just took 1 Raptor engine, their first one that they tested in McGregor, Texas. They took it to failure and blew up the chamber or whatever, the combustion chamber, or some other little pieces on it. And now they got their second one that they're almost done making, and they're going to test that one out in McGregor here soon. And then hopefully they'll install that one and a couple more on Starhopper down in Boca Chica, and they'll do some static firing, probably hold down tests with Starhopper, and then 1 meter hovers, and then 3-meter hovers and then 500-meter hovers. But when are they going to take this? When are Raptors going to take to the skies with Dragons? They aren't. They'll take to the skies with Starhopper and Starship. Will they put the Dragons on the Falcon 9s or Falcon Heavies? That's a good question. I didn't even think about that. You think it'd be smart because they're so much better than the Merlins, but yeah, I don't know. Again, their ultimate goal is to phase out the entire fleet of Falcon 9s and Falcon Heavies. So, will they get around to just taking out the Merlins entirely? I mean, it wouldn't shock me if they did. Starship is the bomb. Well, hopefully it's never like literally the bomb. That would be a bad thing, but it is awesome. Ryan Ritter. I just got one from you, Ryan. Does that make you number 5? I don't know. I don't want to look again. I'm too tired. Just keep answering those questions, guys. It's good for you, all right? It's always a good thing to learn, okay? Just keep learning, all right? And the more you learn about me, the more depressing that you will feel. Like, I feel sorry for this guy. You know, I'm just kidding. I'm getting too tired. I'm not even concentrating on what I'm saying anymore, guys. I'm gonna get off now, and I'm just gonna show you a live video of my dogs laying there. Look at him. He's so cute. You're so cute. I want to die. Yeah, but I mean, that's how much I care about you guys and my subscribers, because I could be snuggling with them in bed right now, but I'm not. Instead, I'm talking to you people. Actually, I'm talking to myself, really, and I'm reading your texts. Yes, they are cute. That's why I bought them. The orbit of the Dragon wasn't circularized. That's a hard word to say. Circularized yet. No, they're still working on it. They're going to do intermittent burns, I believe, with the Dracos to get that thing to the International Space Station. Thanks for stopping by, Vincent Clay. You guys made it a good time, not me. Yep, 27 hours is about right to mate with the ISS. Yep. So Ripley's going to have a long, you know, quiet, peaceful moment with that plush world, Wilson. I named it Wilson because it's kind of like Castaway. They're stranded in space. Okay, we're about down to 100 people still watching this, so I think we're about ready to call it a night, guys, or a morning if you're in Europe. Don't gloss over the mating part. I definitely won't. I'll be covering this whole thing in my next SpaceX in the News video, which I will probably start making tonight, like tonight as in, you know, about 20 hours from now or so. I should have the next SpaceX in the video filmed and edited this weekend and ready to release on Monday, and I'll definitely discuss all this stuff. Or maybe I'll wait until it actually splashes back down, but that's like what, 7 or 8 days from now, so I might not wait that long. I kind of want to get it out because lately every SpaceX in the News video I get out there, I've been getting over 1,000 subscribers per each one, and my goal is to try to get 40,000 subscribers, double my amount of subscribers by the time school ends and summer starts around June 1st. That would be awesome. Docking is at 6 a.m. Sunday, right? Yeah, around that time. It is early Sunday morning. They said, yeah, about 25, 26 hours after it launched, which was around 3 o'clock. So, yeah, around 5 or 6. And just keep an eye out from NASA. They'll keep updating you on that online. All right, guys. Well, I think that does it for me. Thanks again for tuning in. I really do appreciate all the time you guys spend with me. It's really cool of you guys to do when you don't have to. When there's other awesome names out there like Scott Manley or Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut, which are also a lot of fun to watch. So thanks again, guys, for stopping by. I'm going to get ready to do my outro here, my sweet outro that is way better than Tim Dodd's. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. God bless you guys. Godspeed. Thanks for stopping by. Peace out. Good night. And here we go. And now.